Listen, I'm at work. I'm feeling the luck. I'm going to go ahead and do some summons, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say that I'm a little salty I didn't get the Android 17 and 18 and then the 16, especially on the alt account. All right, we got your boy Vegeta. Handsome guy, big head. Not bad at all. So we got a blessed single summon. I'm not going to lie, dude. Sometimes these single summons, you never know. I mean, I got LR Cell off a single summon. Hey, man, this fucking guy, Yamcha, bro. Why? Why do you exist? Not only is this Yamcha, this is Yamcha after the Namek Saga, which is basically his King Cuck form. Alright, we got... Alright, so we got your boy Birder. Alright, this is looking like... this is looking like a real situation. Alright, again, Yamcha comes to shit on the parade. Nothing. Alright. Dude, that's the thing about singles, like... Sometimes I'll do a couple singles, and then it turns into 20, then 30, and then all of a sudden I spent 50, and it ain't even guaranteed. I think I'm gonna try a multi. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stole some money from my parents. Oh, Vegeta. Oh, come on, dude. Krillin, Tien, Vegeta. Come on, bro. Don't do this to me, Vegeta. Rainbow? Son of a bitch. Oh. Alright, Super Saiyan 2. Alright, Super Saiyan 2 Rainbow. It's a possibility. It's unlikely, but it is a possibility. Alright, Krillin, Big Head, Log Rider, White Face Hop off Fit for Goku. Alright, Bardock, fuck off. Tien, you look like an asshole. Cell, you look handsome. And it's Ant Goku. That's the first time I got that guy, but... I mean, he's alright. I mean, he's good for the stuns, but I don't know. You see. Pearson, I might end up using him. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm thinking this ain't over, bro. I'm thinking this definitely ain't over. Let me see if I can get a shitty single. Fuck. Alright, Piccolo, Trunks, Tien. This is probably... What the fuck, dude? I didn't want this to happen. Low-key, I need to go to the friend summons, because the friend summons, that's when we could get the ass summons out of the way and no Dragonstone's got to die. So, let me go back. Yeah, I think I should do some friend summons. Because once you get a no summon fly-in, you're basically guaranteed to get the unit. That's how it works. You get a shit summon animation. Alright, fuck. Piccolo, Chiaotzu. It's alright. This is the Loki. We need nothing, bro. In order to get optimal luck, in order to get that God tier 10 out of 10 luck, you got to get the no flying, bro. That's when shit fucking really pops. Okay, no flying. Okay, alright. Alright, I see this. I like the bad luck. Give me the bad luck now with the friend points. That way when we go to Dragonstones, the luck can be strong. Alright, we got Soul Jr., handsome guy. Alright, bro, this is the end of the road right here. This is the end of the fucking road. Alright, let's see. Multi-summon. Here we go. This is for all the fucking chickens in the basket. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, ooh. Okay, Gohan and Piccolo. Gohan and Piccolo works magic, bro. Gohan and Piccolo puts an OD work. Alright, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. Alright, just Super Saiyan 3. Alright, Gohan and Piccolo, bro. Gohan and Piccolo are strong. Alright, Mr. Log Rider, Beanhead. The Prince of All Saiyans, Android 16. This fucking guy. Ah, oh, come on, bro. Don't make me lose faith in fucking Gohan and Piccolo, dude. They're literally... Ooh! Boy! We got the LR. But I'm telling you, though, Piccolo and Gohan, when they come together, and then fucking Jin and Buu. Alright. When Piccolo and Gohan come together, that shit's blessed, low-key. So we got the LR androids. This shit happened. It ain't looking too bad, bro. And I can get their SA to 10 by leveling them up with the free-to-play AGL androids from the front point summon. Low-key, that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go do 1,000,000 summons, get them to SA 10, and then we going to play around with these dudes. So your boy got lucky. Your boy out here making moves, stealing from my parents. You know how it is. Now, I gotta admit, I actually did play around with this card a little bit, and he's arguably one of the, I'd say one of the better SSRs into an LR. I think that one thing that makes him shine is the fact that he is a kind of category booster. He does give Android category units plus 40%, at least in this form as the 17 and 18. But I think the thing that most people probably lose their shit over is the fact that this dude hits them motherfucking attack and defense plus 200% and a high chance of performing a critical hit. I think other than the Phi Trunks and maybe the transforming Goku Black, this is still fairly rare. Like, not many units have this. So the fact that he has this shit low-key God tier, it pretty much means that I would build this guy as fuck crits. I'd probably put maybe 3 crit, 4 crit, or 6 crit. And then the rest would be additional and dodge, just because of the fact that that plays well into his passive. But without further ado, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to check out this monster, this beast, over here in... I think I'm going to do the Infinite Dragon Ball event because I kind of like that event more personally. It's kind of more fun than Super Battle Road. I did Android Super Battle Road so many fucking times I want to kill myself. So, no. Yes, yes. I would imagine this is actually kind of hard to do with a Android category event or Android category team, simply because of the fact that eventually you get into the phases where the enemy cannot have his attack lowered, which sucks because goddamn near, everybody in this motherfucker lowers attack. Let's see. I guess I'll do this. And once you can no longer lower attack, a lot of these units kind of lose their utility, which is kind of dumb. It kind of stinks that a lot of units are either amazing or bad based off of the meta in terms of gameplay. Like, for example, in Super Battle Road, these guys are really good. You could lower attack to the point that these motherfuckers are doing double damage. You're out here chilling with immunity. But then you come to events like this and the Legendary Goku event where you really cannot bring them. I mean, for the Legendary Goku event, which is harder than this event, I'd imagine you wouldn't take many Android category individuals, never mind the category, just because of the simple fact that you don't get to use your full tool belt. You don't get to, of course, you get some additional. Come on, dude. You got 5 additional. You really fucking put in that work? Come on, what's wrong with you? I don't remember who does and does not have the... Let me see. Who has... Okay. So if he gets his shit, we're Gucci. So then let's do that. Because his ultimate is physical. Same for these guys, right? Their ultimate is physical too. Right? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and... Nice, perfect. We got the perfect amount. And then what about her? She's a beam. Ah, shit. Hopefully. Whatever. At least it won't do too much damage. But, yeah, so for certain events, certain units are just dog shit. I mean, it kind of... I don't know. It's weird because a lot of times in the past, I liked using certain units just because they were simply utility units. Like, back in the day, you were able to use... Hold up. Hit him on the shoulder real quick. You were able to use like SR units like General Blue and other individuals to run game on certain Dokkan events, and then they made it so that they can't be stunned, and General Blue became irrelevant. Now with events like this, where you can't, where you're not allowed to, what should I do here? Next up is Int, so maybe I'll do this. Although this Cell Jr. loses some of his magic when a cell is not on rotation, because once cell's not on rotation, he no longer gets that guaranteed additional super. But yeah, a lot of cards just became irrelevant and they stopped being good. I mean, for me, dude, when you were able to exit out of the game and come back in, that man Int Turles, that man single-handedly allowed me to beat the Omega Shenron event, because that was when I had dog shit fucking units. And I had to rely on the stun, bro. I had to rely on the stun. Without the stun, you're going to get sunned. It's as simple as that. Let's see. I guess I'll do this. Send Cell away. Leave these two to be together because they love each other. The only thing 17 loves more than 18 is himself. So that really does make sense for that to be a great syncing pair. But, Yeah, I really feel like Dokkan has given me so many fucking stones, and I guess everyone so many fucking stones because I don't know. I'm used to in the past, like for example, after the first year anniversary, it was a good 3 months before I had 100 stones. Whoa, Jesus Christ! It was a good 3 months before I had over 100 stones. Same thing with the second anniversary. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. So we got the transformation early, which basically means that she's going to be regaining HP every turn, which ain't that bad. And what else does she do? She transforms, and with her transformation, her attack becomes physical. Causes damage to enemy, lowers attack and defense. Recovers, disables enemy guard when performing a super attack. Oh shit, okay. Low-key got to your unit. Let's do... What should I do here? Does he have the +1? +1. Okay, so let's do this. This looks like the best maneuver here for damage. But I guess to each his own. I just always liked when Dokkan allowed you to use certain units and scheme your way to the top. But now it seems like with events like this, the formula's simple. Just bring a bunch of units that raise defense. It's not even about, them being amazing. Because even if they don't do as much damage, as long as they raise their defense and you get a defense over 400k, it's whatever, dude. Like, fucking super attacks are doing, double-digit, single-digit damage. It don't matter. Out here doing nothing, but I'll be honest with you, I do like the Android category just because of the fact that lowering attack is so satisfying. I think if I had to rank the different status ailments, I'd say number one, absolutely positively amazing, is stuns. That shit, oof, that's just something about stunning a motherfucker makes me happy. After that, I have to go with, you already know, lowering attack. I like it. And then after that, I'd probably say just lowering defense in terms of status ailments. And then everything after that. Is there even anything after that? I don't think so. I just named everything. There you go. Top 3, dead or alive. But with that being said, I think that's all I have on my head. And I really need to share something. A thought process I had today. Recently at my job, I made a revelation. I had a realization. And that realization is that my manager, I don't know, like, I'm not saying my manager's a mong, but I just, like, I feel so fucking, like, I just feel like I have to, like, look after my manager in order to, like, really get, like, answers and get shit done. And what I mean by that is, I like my manager, he's a cool guy, but he's, like, the least professional manager compared to all the other managers I've had. Like, in terms of being prepared, in terms of giving information, he's like one of the worst managers I've had. I've had 3 managers, and I always feel like he's forgetting to tell me shit. Like, regularly he'll forget to tell me or other team members, oh, hey, there's this meeting, or hey, there's this thing, or hey, there's that thing, which is, again, it's not the end of the world, but it is annoying sometimes having to, like, think about shit that you never heard of before, that your manager's usually supposed to look out for you and you forget about. So what this is in regards to is that recently I had my mid-year review, which was basically a time for me to basically write a thesis statement as to why I deserve a raise. That's pretty much the entire thing of, what'd you do this year? I did a lot of shit. I've been doing hella shit. I've been putting in hella work. And from this, we get to turn to 16. Nice. All right, fuck it. We gonna become 16 right now, boys. Not bad. Android 16? Looks like I'm going to have to fight before I meet Goku. Whoa, this dude, that's the definition of a Chad. That man is an alpha. Let's do that, and then let's do that. But anyway, I had mid-year reviews, and about like 2 weeks ago, I sat down with my manager, and we basically went over talking about how the year's been going so far, kind of like my mid-year review notes, etc., etc. And this is how all my other mid-year reviews have gone, right? We sit down, we talk about shit. Yeah, fair enough, sounds good. And then after that, at some point, either the week after or sometime soon after, we sit down and we go over if I got a raise, how much is the money, you know what I mean, the fruits of my labor. Now, here's the thing. There's 2 things that from this meeting with my manager, oh shit, additional. And the thing is, dude, this 16 can crit on anything, so low-key we might get a crit right now. No crit, but we did lower attack and defense. two things with my manager, right? So we sit down, we have a talk, da da da, and we use something to fill out all this bullshit online, which is basically like, hey, give me a raise, please, please give me a raise. Um, and so I fill all that shit out. I get the information squared away, and basically, I'm gonna wait to transform. I don't know. I kind of want to wait. Um, After the meeting, I was supposed to. I didn't know this. I was supposed to basically go online and sign off on the form. This is like I found this out recently, like maybe a week ago or a couple of days ago, like Friday or Thursday, because someone from HR is like, "Yo, dude, you got this pending this pending outstanding form to fill out." I'm like, "Huh? Form outstanding? What do you mean? Whatever do you mean?" And basically, I just forgot to literally click one button to say, "Yeah, I read this shit. Yeah, I went over with my manager. It looks good." So, I mean, I might be wrong, but I could have sworn my manager did not tell me anything. Like, I legit just got the email and I was like, "Fuck, I'm supposed to do this shit," because it's like something I don't look at a lot. I mean, maybe this is just again, I'm new. I'm not working forever. Maybe I'm an asshole and I should have been checking up on this shit. But in my defense, usually my manager will tell me about something like this. And usually, I mean, this is like a new system we're using from what we used last year. So I really don't use it that much. So I didn't even like notice that I needed to do anything because whenever I signed into that system, there was no like thing to say, hey, go do this. It's like you have to know you're going to do it, or you have to know that you're missing it in order to like pick it up and actually fill it out. And it was literally just a one-click button saying, hey, yeah, I did it. So for my mid-year reviews, it's a little late. It should have been like 2 weeks ago. Maybe by now I would have had a decision of, hey, here's some money. Hey, here's this. Hey, here's that. But this made me think about something, right? So my manager, good guy, nice guy, right? But I'm thinking to myself now, what if... Now, there exists a possibility. He forgot to tell me this, right? And a lot of times the way my manager phrases things and does things is kind of like odd and weird, and it's kind of hard to tell, like, you know, I'm not with the lingo, I'm not with the political shit, I'm not with the fucking, you know, you say something, I'm supposed to know what you mean. Because my manager asked me, he's like, hey, how do you feel about your salary? And I'm like, you know, my salary's alright. I know for what I do, I could probably get more at another company, but I'm happy at my company. And I'm like, you know what? It's all right. But here's the thing. This was my thing that, like, in my mind, like, you know, sometimes you think about things and you accidentally get so sucked into the imaginary world of the bullshit, you actually get upset. This is what happened to me this morning because I got to, you know, I commute, bro. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of a commute, so I got a lot of time to think. I was thinking to myself, what if, in theory, I'm a theory man, what if basically my manager, when he asked me that was his prompt to either say I should get a raise or basically just say whatever HR gives me is what HR gives me. Because I know in the past, my manager was explicit. She's like, listen, I think you've done a good in this job. I'm going to say you should get a promotion. You know what I mean? And with this guy, it seems a little bit more like I got to fucking, you know, ask questions, figure shit out. I don't know what's going on. So in my mind, I'm thinking, like, what if me saying, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I told him, obviously, if it goes up, that's good. And he mentioned, you know, I'm going to try to make it go up by the end of the year, et cetera, at least from a more substantial standpoint, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. But in my mind, I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, because basically in the past, for my mid-year review, we basically would sit down, we'd, you know, talk about it, whatever, and then eventually it would get to the point where we actually go over whatever raise, actually go over whatever money, etc., etc. So in my mind, I'm thinking, like, fuck, what if, like again, this is a made-up scenario. I really am not, I don't think this is the case, but I was thinking, like, fuck, what if I don't get a raise, like, at all, like, no raise whatsoever, $0.00. I'm probably going to bring this up with my manager next week and be like, hey, listen, I know the form is a little late, but please don't forget about me, dude. Please don't leave me out in the dark. And the reason why I even say, like, upset, or I was like, oh, I got upset by thinking about this, is because I really am the definition, like, when it comes to, you know, I guess a job and maybe even personality trait, I'm probably top 10 king of cucks. Like, if you really want to, by the way, I could still transform with those androids. That's kind of weird. I'm probably top 10 king of cucks. Like, I'm just on that cuck shit. Like, I'm not like I didn't negotiate when I came to my job. I'm like, listen, whatever they want, that sounds good to me. Same thing with like, for example, like say if this year for a raise, like this is the thing. Like in my mind, I'm thinking, what if they give me a raise that's less than 10%? Last year, I got a like 12% raise and then like an 8% raise. So like a 20% increase over the year. I think that's pretty good. And I'm thinking like, what if they give me a 3% raise? Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do, dude? Like, and that's the thing. Like, are you supposed to ask your manager and be like, hey, listen, if like basically the goal is to get more money, yeah, but like, I don't know what to fucking say. I don't know what to ask. It's so fucking confusing, and I don't want to come off as a dick because I feel like at any point in time they could be like, yo, dude, like we already gave you more money than anyone's ever gotten. Like, what the fuck? But the thing is, like, at my company, I really do feel like they... I don't know. Like, for example, one of my coworkers mentioned, and this is something that they do bring up, they do take into consideration, is the whole idea of, like, people leaving, like, people who are not happy with their position and want to hit the dips. And a lot of times for people like that, they'll try to move them around, maybe, like, give them a bump up in salary. Oh, they're a flight risk, give them some money, shut up. So, like, me saying, hey, how's your salary? And it's like, obviously more is better. But, like, what the fuck was I supposed to say there? It's like, nah, it's all right. But looking at the job market, I'm 8,000 below, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, I don't know at what point does that become a conversation where you just know how to scheme. It's just fucking, it's weird. Me personally, the only thing that I have, like, that I really don't want to do is fight for anything. What I mean by that is, I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm, like, fighting for a raise. Like, I don't like the idea of that. And what I basically mean and what I'm getting at is, like, I don't ever want to get to the point where I feel like I'm getting fucked at my company and I have to now go, because I've heard of people, and even at my job, they mentioned this, where like, oh, I'm not getting paid as much as I think I should be getting paid, so I got to go do some research, get a job offer, do this and that. Hey, I'm worth this much. Hey, I'm worth that much. Hey, I do this. Hey, I do that. Give me a raise. Like, I don't like the idea of basically being forced to justify your existence and justify a raise, because I feel like all that effort and all that bullshit, I could just go to another job where I know a raise is guaranteed, because usually when you job hop, you do make more money. That is the case. So, like, I feel like if I'm going to go through all that headache and all that bullshit, like, why not just leave? You know what I mean? Like, because then, now, do I have to do this every year? And then at what point do I know, like, again, I got low self-esteem. At what point do I know that I actually am doing not that good of a job? Like, for example, from last year to this year, I've been doing a lot more. Like, I literally, this is something my manager recommended, and it's actually something that I do. And that is I write down a bunch of the information and shit that I do. How come I can transform with these guys? I thought once your HP goes above a certain point, you can't transform anymore. Whatever. I don't know if that's a bug or a glitch. The only reason I mention that is because I remember doing Super Battle Road and I got my HP back above 66%. And then is it a glitch? I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck. I don't get it. But anyway, what was I saying? Alright, so for my... Ooh, Jesus, taking a lot of damage. So for my job, basically, I was trying to figure out the right thing to say, the right thing to do. Fuck, what was I saying like 2 seconds ago? Think. What was it? Do I need a raise? Do I need money? Get a raise? Hit the dips? Oh, yeah. So the whole point of, like, going through all that bullshit and doing all these different things, I feel like it's just worth it to leave, honestly, because, like, I know some people in my company, when they weren't happy and they voiced their concerns, they left and they're like, fuck it, I gotta hit the dips. And then, again, like I mentioned, I do take notes of what I do and what it is that I feel like I am doing. So for stuff like that, ooh, nice additional. So for stuff like that, I do take notes of it, and that's like what justifies the reason why I say, oh, I'm doing a good job, oh, I'm doing a bad job. From last year to this year, I have been doing more shit. I have been putting in work, you know what I mean? And again, it's hard to say that because that you got that low self esteem in you, and you be feeling like you ain't doing shit. When in reality, you got shit going down. You know what I mean? Everything's popping off because you're putting in that work. Dodgers? Nope, absolutely not. Maybe this will do 40K, hopefully. I'm praying 40, 130. Damn, didn't I lower his attack? I did lower his attack. He's just fucking that powerful. But yeah, I really do feel like I don't want to get to the situation where at my job I'm like, hey, listen, I do this and that. I think I deserve more money, etc., etc. And then they look and they go, oh, well, actually, you did this wrong and you did that wrong. And another thing I don't like about my job is that no. I don't want to say I don't like this. Fair enough. Criticism is fine. It's just something that I don't like about myself, perhaps. I don't like about jobs in general is the whole idea of like a publicity contest to a degree. Like, for example, I do a lot of shit and I usually don't mention it. And sometimes I'll mention it to my manager. And a lot of times I'll be like, listen, you need to find a way to broadcast that. Let people know. Like, if I fucking did something, let people know. And it's like, dude, like, it's so fucking, it's not, who gives a fuck, but it's like so weird to like, what am I gonna fucking do something and then broadcast and be like, hey guys, I fixed this thing. And that's another thing. Like, I watched a video recently by this dude on YouTube. If you ever heard of him, his name is Tech Lead. He basically used to work at Google and he used to work at Facebook, and he was kind of explaining the different cultures of each. And he was explaining that at Facebook, whenever someone did something or some team did something, they would just go to their group chat and they would broadcast and be like, this team did this team did that, I did this, I did that. And it's just like a fucking rat race popularity contest where they're like, dude, I did this, dude, I did that. And I really don't give a fuck about that, for real. God damn, dude, this 16 has additional every fucking time. This guy's a god. And I really don't give a fuck about that, and I really don't like the idea of that. But then, if you don't say that and you don't do that, then a part of me is like, then no one knows anything about it. Oh, you can attack down? Maybe I'm retarded, dude. I could have sworn you could not attack down. I guess I was wrong. I guess I was completely fucking wrong. Who has the best defense here? They do. So let's do that. Let's do this. I'm still going to use an item just for, like, safety's sake. It's not even that good of an item. I didn't even bring that good of an item. I'm fucking retarded. But everyone here does lower attack, so low key, if you were to super and I dodge, that'd be a big old W. Yeah, for my job, there's certain things I don't like that whole broadcasting thing, because, like, I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know how to say it, like, and why would I say it? Like, why would I ever go out of my way to be like, hey, I did this, hey, I did that, and that's the thing, like, I don't even like, when it comes to mid-year reviews and end-of-year reviews, the only reason I write as much as I do and the only reason I list as much as I do is just because I'm fucking broke and I don't want to miss out on money. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, hey, I did this, that, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. And I'm just putting in all them notes. I'm putting in that work. And I'm like, hey, fuck it. And it's another thing, like, I always feel like, I don't know, it's just weird when it comes to career shit. Like, what should I do here? I kind of want to get, let's see. I kind of want to do this. Can these guys transform right now? No, they can't. I kind of want to... Well, wait, he reduces damage. Okay, so this is low-key the best. I'm not going to get the HP back, which kind of sucks, but whatever. We're going to do this. What's this dude's defense? 120,000? Damn, that's clean. That looks clean as fuck. Let's do that. Low-key, I should have saved that for Texel. And then let's do that. But yeah, I guess those are just things you get used to. I don't know. I've been working from October 2017, so I've had like one full year of like mid-year review and a final. And this is my second mid-year review ever. And I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I kind of wonder, like, what exactly is the good balance between saying nothing and not putting yourself in a situation where you're, like, I guess, I don't know, just sounding like an asshole and and basically going overboard and just draining people because you're always saying you need more money. But then at the same time, they're asking me, so am I supposed to be honest? I really don't know what the fuck to do. I mean, I guess if I ever crack the code in terms of bullshit, I'll try to relay that message. But I really don't know if when people say, hey, how do you feel? You should really say, how do you feel? Because that's another thing that's funny. Because recently there was like a race and inclusion event at my job, which honestly, like I know a lot of people just hear that shit and they're like, oh, that's corny, oh, that's whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be honest with you. I never knew there was that many black people in my job. I'm going to be straight up with you. Like, I go to my job, all I see is white, 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 white. And then I went in that room, I saw all those black people. I was like, where the fuck have you people been? I don't know where the fuck you been at, but I wish I would have known, so I'd come through and see you guys. So, like, I'd go in that room, and it's all, like, mostly white people, because there's so many fucking white people in my company. But there's a good number of black people. There's a good number of, like, dude, that's the thing. Like, labs, my sector of the company, legit 2 black people. Oh, no, wait, 3 black people. 3 black people. And I think they're all managers, or they're all, like, product owners, or some shit like that. Well, actually, no. There's one black dude who's not that, but I don't know. Like, there's so many fucking white people. So when I went to that event, I was like, oh, look, this is nice. So it's kind of like an inclusion event. It's kind of like the idea of just kind of promoting ideas about that, which I think are pretty good. And I feel like warrant a good amount of, examination, especially for my job. My job does a lot of, like, outreach to certain, like, communities, outreach to certain schools. And me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a lazy piece of shit, so I rarely do anything. But they do some outreach programs to certain schools in the area, etc., etc. And the area that my job is located at is just fucking rich people central. Like, my opinion is the schools they do the projects with and the stuff they do it with, that's great and all, that's cool, but I feel like their school is so fucking rich and so fucking great, it's already Gucci. Like, what's the point? Like, there's like 30 minutes away, like a more fucked town, a more fucked school system. I know because I went there. So I would rather have, like, I know it sounds like some affirmative action bullshit, but I would rather have kids come from there because they're not getting the attention that these other kids are getting. And, I hate to make it a negative and try to make it about, class, race, etc., etc. But I definitely do think it could be more helpful to other communities as opposed to people who are like, all right, this fucking company wants to help me when there's already a million companies already helping me. But anyway, what my point of saying, are you supposed to say what people really want you to hear, is because we were at this event. It was some race and inclusion event. And at some point in the event, they're like, listen, I want you all to stand up, turn to your neighbor and say, if you really knew me, you'd know that, and then you're supposed to say something personal. And I didn't know what to fucking say, so I actually said something personal. And this just goes to show how corporate events and corporate bullshit are completely, like, dog shit and make no sense. Because the whole idea of this event is to quote-unquote open up and quote-unquote say something. So I'm, like, at a loss for words. Someone's like, I have a kid, I was up all night. Someone else is like, I'm a father, I have 4 kids, so I'm tired too, blah, blah. And then they came to me, and I'm like, I couldn't think of anything, so I'm like, listen, because the whole point is like a whole race inclusion, people from fuck backgrounds. They're not really fuck backgrounds, but they were trying to say, people who may not have a degree maybe be open to that, people who have, like, alternative teaching style be open to that, etc., etc. And I'm like, listen, since I got this job for the past 2 years, all I've been doing is paying my family's debt. I've just been tanking their bills. And dude, the one guy, he gave me energy. He's like, yo, man, that's how it is, bro. That's how it is. One person gets out, all of a sudden you got to help everyone else. Your cousin needs this. Your boy needs that. And I'm like, yeah. And then, like, right as I'm about to start having a conversation with this guy, right at the point where I'm like, hey, we about to have a good conversation, the quote-unquote event ends and, like, sit back down. And it's like, what the fuck was the point of that? It was literally a 2-minute share something. Like, what if I was like, I was molested as a child, and at night I still think about the horrible events, and they go, oh my god, that's terrible. I actually was sexually assaulted. All right, event over, and then you sit down and you go, this bitch was just raped. I can't even talk about it. Like, what the fuck? But you know what? Android category, fuck that. Don't worry about that. Android category team, low-key god tier. I was wrong in saying that the attack down does not work on this event? It obviously does. I'm sure right now people in the comment section are already saying, you fucking idiot, you fucking retard, you piece of shit. I'm sorry, okay? I'm at work. I'm worried about getting a raise. I'm worried about saying shit. I'm worried about people getting molested. I don't have time to research all this shit. I'm too lazy. I'm too busy, is what I meant to say. But ended up getting the Android Leader LR. I definitely don't think this is a card you have to get, because as they make new cards of new LRs, this card shines on an Android category team, and it shines against certain enemies. But I don't know what it would look like on a villain's team, nor what other, like, for example, Android Cell Saga, okay, Siblings Bond, I don't have that leader. Joined Forces, I don't have this leader either. So I don't really know any other category, but what makes this card extremely attractive is the fact that it does have the high chance to crit, which is pretty cool when you're 16. But with that being said, I think I gotta go to bed. And hey, don't drink the water in Michigan. That shit got lead.